You have to.
Hi, I'm Sheila, and I'm doing my presentation on weight loss. Statistics for the American adult about age 20 or older says that 34.9% or 78.6 million people are overweight or obese. That's 1/3 of Americans nowadays. That's approximately 17.6 or 12.7 million of them are children ages 2 to 9 years of age. When thinking about the term overweight or obese, what comes to mind? What we also think of is not exercising, sitting in front of the TV, basically a couch potato, as they put it, quote unquote. When deciding the right diet, we look at different diets that might work or might not work. That's when, like, the 1,000-calorie diet or Weight Watchers, or even the diet I'm on, which is the paleo diet. Some of them work, sometimes some of them don't. Some of them kind of are short-term, some are long-term. You just kind of have to figure out which one works for you. Sometimes you have to redo a diet because you relapse in it, and you're not doing it on purpose, you just kind of relapse. So that's where they call it the yo-yo effect. I personally have experienced the yo-yo effect where I have been overweight to the age of 9, and I've been told by a doctor that I've been overweight, but I kind of let it just slide because I wasn't ready to lose weight. Some of these stuff I've got here are kind of things that I can't have, that a lot of people can, but don't realize what's bad for them. In the chips, for instance, the carbohydrates and the sugar can either raise blood sugar, or it can also raise blood pressure in a lot of people. That's where you see a lot of people that are on medication for high blood pressure. You see a lot of diabetics that become a lot of sugar goes right into the fat cells, which cause blood sugar to spike. The cookies also have the carbohydrates and the sugar in them, but they also have corn. Well, corn in general will stick to the fat cells on you, which also can higher blood pressure or even make it worse. And that's where a lot of people have problems digesting it, to where they can use it as energy, but it doesn't go as energy. It ends up going into the fat cells, which makes our body gain weight. Soda as well has a lot of carbohydrates, a lot of sugar, and the sodium is high as well, which also, salt is not good because it puts on water. Especially in the ankles, it can cause a lot of water weight, which you don't want. If you get the water weight, it's hard to lose it. The Fig Newtons, even though they say that they're good for us, the corn syrup or even whole wheat flour, wheat is good for you to a certain extent. It can be good, it cannot be good. You have to look at the ingredients and see if it's right. Sometimes it's not, sometimes it is. All depends on you. A dairy in general, eggs are good for you, but dairy like yogurt, milks, that is not even good for you because of all the fat that they put into it to process everything. All this stuff and the dairy together are all processed foods, which can lead to high blood pressure, diabetes. The sodium all stick to the fat cells, which causes to gain weight, and it also spikes blood pressure that can help lead to type 2 diabetes. Doesn't always, but it can. I was introduced to the paleo diet back in May of this year by a friend of the same diet. At first I was like, huh? What's the paleo diet? But he says, oh, do some research and you'll see. So I did some research, and it's basically the caveman diet. You eat what you grow in the earth, which means you hunt your own meat. You can have dairy, but it's more like coconut milk, almond milk, those kind of things. We try to limit processed meat as much as we can. We can't always do it because of the fact that, it's all in everything. I have lost a total of 54 pounds so far, and I'm continuing to lose. I have given up the junk food. I have given up pop. I have gone more to fresh fruits and fresh red vegetables versus eating the ones that are canned or eating this stuff. I started gaining weight at the age of 9, and they told me it was basically because of an extra enzyme I got from milk. And they said that I could start losing the weight and get down to what I was supposed to be. But at that moment in time, I was like, I don't want to lose weight. I want to gain it, or I want to maintain what I'm at. So I gave up. Started eating whatever I wanted, doing whatever I wanted. Finally, at about freshman year of high school, I said, it's time to start losing weight. And at that time, I was asking friends to help me. It didn't work. So, like I said, this year I had a friend actually go to a nutritionist. He paid $15,000 to start this paleo diet, and it has changed his world. He has lost a total of 40 pounds, and I have lost a total of 54. Exercise in general is great. It's good for you. Even 15 minutes a day walking, you can slowly build yourself up to where you need to be. In conclusion, losing weight has its benefits. By not eating a lot of processed foods, staying away from corn syrup, corn gluten, anything with corn in it, you will help bring your blood pressure down and keep it where it needs to be. By staying away from carbohydrates and sugar and sodium, you will not only lower your blood pressure, but you're also trying to keep yourself away from type 2 diabetes, which is even worse because then you're poking your finger every day, having to give yourself shots in the tummy to try and make sure that your blood sugar stays where it needs to be so you don't go into a coma. And doing this, you not only have energy for yourself, you have energy for young children if you have children in your life. And today we can actually bring awareness to the problem and see if it helps. Try to bring the numbers down. I wanted to show you one more thing. I started at this, and I am down to this. I've gone from a size 20 to a size 16 in only 6 months, and I am very proud of myself. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Good speech.